They said it couldn't be done. We proved them wrong. We did a small bit of it last year when we did a driving event in that part, but now the end. What a journey that was. We are going to do that in 80 hours or just over 3 days. Now, to help us, a few things have changed. First, the car. This is the Curvv EV. It has a bigger battery, it can take faster charging, it is more comfortable, longer wheelbase, more space at the back when I want to take a nap, and it has got a little bit more power. The second is infrastructure. Now, both road infrastructure as well as the charging infrastructure, both have improved vastly over the past 2 years. In fact, in terms of charging infrastructure, this time around, we are mostly going to be using 60 kilowatt and higher capacity chargers, and the Curvv EV can take charge at a faster rate. The third might not work in our favor. Last time around, I had fewer kilos, a stronger back, and a little more patience. This time around, I have wisdom, experience, and maybe a little bit of regret for signing up to do the entire 80 hours. But that was not going to stop us. Ceremonial flag off done, we then finished the prep, got some sleep, and at 4 in the morning on February the 25th, we were flagged off by the adjudicator from the India Book of Records to begin our K2K record run. Our first challenge was going to be getting out of J&K, where last time round we faced terrible traffic. Except this time it was super smooth sailing. It's 5 in the morning, it's 5 degrees, actually it's 3 degrees, it's really cold, and we've come to the start of the Kazigund-Banial tunnel. At that toll booth, now the tunnel is some 6 to 8 kilometers ahead, but last time around I remember really clearly that to get to the toll booth there was a massive traffic jam. We got stuck here for some 3 hours until the tunnel opened, and then the tailback was massive and we lost a lot of time. Now the infrastructure has definitely improved. This is the first example. There is no traffic. It's been smooth sailing from Srinagar all the way till here. There's no traffic up ahead. So we have already made up time. Here's a fun fact. We started our drive on the 25th of February. And 2 years ago, we started our Nexon K2K drive on the 24th of February. The universe has wondrous ways of making things come together. I will take that as a good omen. Now, since we are breaking our own record, I have to point out that the route that we are taking this time around is different. We will obviously take advantage of the newer roads that have been put up over the past 2 years. It's 11:45 in the afternoon and we are at our first charging stop. And now this is the perfect example of how things have moved on from 2 years ago when we did the same record run. Now, because the Curvv has got a larger battery, we've been able to do 350 kilometers for our first charging. Last time round, we first stopped at Jammu, then we stopped at Pathankot. Now we are in between Pathankot and Jalandhar, so we've come further ahead from Pathankot. Last time, we took 12 hours to get to Pathankot. This time round, we've shaved 4 hours and 20 minutes. A big part of road trips is obviously trying out the local food. We are in Jalandhar, Punjab obviously. So we're going to dig into an aloo paratha with a lot of butter. We juiced up to 86% at Jalandhar, entered our next charging stop on Google Maps, and near Patiala were diverted onto narrow village roads. Which we would have complained about bitterly, except we were blown away by how beautiful it was. The setting sun over the mustard fields of Punjab, the canals filled with water, the tractors lumbering past, the slow life that we remember from road trips with our parents and grandparents. For a while, we forgot that we were on a record run and just soaked in the sheer beauty of rural Punjab. At Ambala, we hit the brilliant Trans-Haryana Expressway that took us onto our next charging stop at Kaital, 243 kilometers away from Jalandhar. The speed limits on these new expressways is 120 kmph, so we decided to make up time, drive quickly, take a 9-kilometer detour off our route for a splash and dash in Manesar, where we fortified ourselves with an espresso from our portable Tata.ev coffee machine, and by 2 in the morning, were at Alwar. At 2 in the morning, there really is nothing that you're going to get at the restaurants, but at 2 in the morning, there's nothing better than a hot cup of tea. Desi Red Bull. It's 3:30 in the morning. We've just finished with our 4th charging stop at Alwar. We've done in total 1,033 kilometers, and now's a good time as any to talk about the Curvv. Now, this gets the larger battery pack, 55 kilowatt hour, which translates into an increase of range of approximately 80 kilometers compared to the Nexon EV Max that we drove last time round 2 years ago. We are getting a range of between 350 and 400 kilometers depending upon the topography. Obviously, if you go uphill, range reduces, go downhill, range increases. That's the way of things with electric cars. And all those efficiency improvements are going to come in handy because we've just done 23 and a half hours and we got a further 56 hours to get ourselves to Kanyakumari. At Alwar, we had made sure to charge to 96%. Which would be good enough to take us to our pre-designated spot on the Kota highway, where we would be met by the mobile hop charge vans just as dawn broke over the fields of Rajasthan. These hop charge vans do not have generators, but have batteries that are charged at public charging stations and then dispense that charge to EVs like our Curvv. And I made full use of the opportunity to find a hotel, a very seedy hotel, but on the highway you make do with whatever you can get, and rushed to use the loo, take a quick shower and grab some breakfast. Man and machine charged up, we then charged down the excellent Delhi-Mumbai expressway till where it currently ends at Ratlam. Julwania, close to the Madhya Pradesh-Maharashtra border, is our last charging stop before the crew change, and everyone has had it with me pretending this is an episode of MasterChef. This is Doodh Save. So it's got...
Since the beginning, you have been the only guy who's eating. Perfect. We also need some food, yeah?
With all the drivers properly fed, we then head off to Chhatrapati Sambhaji Nagar, as Aurangabad is now called. Chhatrapati Sambhaji Nagar marked the changing of the guard. As exhausted bodies stumbled out of the Curvv.ev, fresh eyes and fresh energy took over.
And I hope you are rested and fresh and... Right? Okay.
A few words of wisdom, a few knowing smiles, and the baton was passed. Except for me. I am going to be here till the end. Next morning, we were thrilled to find the charging station at Vijayapura attached to a decent hotel, which meant a decent loo and a decent shower. Except here came the unexpected. A power outage meant the charging stopped and we had to quickly locate a nearby charger and head over there. Road tripping in India is not without its challenges. Whether it's petrol, diesel, CNG or EVs, you still have to deal with the unpredictabilities. Now, we have to drop a truth bomb. This is a real world test, and the reason why we're doing this test is to tell you what troubles or what opportunities you will have when you do a road trip like this with an electric car. The earlier place that we were charging at, where I had my cup of coffee, that place, it only charged for 15 minutes. So I went out to the hotel because I wanted to unload my breakfast, and while I was on the pot, the lights went. It didn't strike me that the lights going would also affect the charger, and the charging did stop. So after 1.5 hours, we all went to the car expecting it to be 100% juiced up, but we only had a range of 150 kilometers. And the charger was not operational because the lights hadn't come. Now, in the past, this would have been a big array bapre moment. But now, what we did was we used the Tata acti.ev app. We found a charger 149 kilometers away. It had exactly 149 kilometers of range. If the Curvv.ev says 149 kilometers of range, it will do 149 kilometers, though the last bit is in a battery saving mode. We've come here, which is honestly, I don't even know where we are. It's like in the middle of nowhere. There's a lodge upstairs where the rest of the crew have gone to unload whatever is left of their breakfast. I've plugged it in. Now, being in the middle of nowhere, even then, I still have a 60 kilowatt static charger over here, and that is delivering charge at almost 60 kilowatts. So I'm using up very quickly. And this is a Tata.ev verified charger, which I can also use with my unified RFID card. So static, charge zone, Tata Power, whole bunch of apps are connected to this. Suppose this area did not have mobile network, again, no problem. Use this RFID card and the charger will operate. And that just shows how things have improved over the past. This 80-hour target is a huge one. That means we have to average 50 kilometers per hour, including our charging stops, including all the unpredictability that you will find in India, traffic, punctures, bad roads, diversions, all of that. So we have to be on the ball. 2 years ago, when we did it with the Nexon, at the end of that drive, when we stopped off in Kanyakumari, I was deeply, deeply impressed with the Nexon. Those memories will stay with me for a lifetime. The Curvv is taking all those strengths and going one step up. Tata Motors has always made cars that are robust and can deal with all kinds of roads, and the Curvv is no exception to that rule. On long drives like this, you also have to keep yourself entertained. The JBL sound system honestly is very good. And when you cycle through those different modes, you can feel the differences. It's not like just for namesake, they have those different modes. Also, the wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, it connects very well, works seamlessly. The bigger screen, now that is handy when we stop off for charging to watch the cricket match. On arcade.ev, it's got Jio Hotstar on it, so YouTube, all of that, all those apps are there, so it can keep us entertained. The seats are nice, ventilated seats up front, so that's a really nice touch. It's now getting hot, that's why we've shut the sunroof, but it's got a panoramic sunroof. So in terms of creature comforts and the ability to chew miles for hour after hour after hour after hour, this Curvv can do it all. While Arjun here takes the wheel, I'm going to spend some time on my phone, replying to some of your comments on social media, then catch up on some sleep. And after that, I'm going to dive into some tips and tricks that we've used to plan this mammoth EV road trip. Tips that will help you plan an EV road trip in India. Okay, so the first thing that we did when we were planning this route is to use Tata's acti.ev app. Think of it as Google Maps for EV charging to make life easier. Now, because of Tata's open collaboration framework, most of the popular EV charging service providers, they are on the app. So Xeon Charge, Start Zone, Static, Tata Power, obviously, all of them are on the app. So it is all integrated in there. There are a lot of other features, and I highly recommend that Tata owners definitely should check it out. The second is obviously sticking to speed limits. Now, up north, some of the expressways, they have a 120 kmph speed limit, which is great. We were driving at the speed limit, but obviously range comes down. Now, on these roads, there is traffic. It's an 80 km/h speed limit, some places 100 km/h, and we are sticking to the speed limits. Honestly, it is a sensible way to drive. The faster you drive, the more you have to concentrate, and the sooner you get tired. So drive a little easier. The third is obviously use brake energy recuperation. Now, Arjun has got paddles behind the steering wheel. The right is for increasing, the left is for decreasing regen. Between level 2 and level 3 is ideal. Level 3 is an aggressive regen, but when you want to conserve range, obviously use level 3. And then when you use it in the adaptive cruise mode, that also is good because then the computer's brain plans your drive in the most efficient way possible. Fourth, using electrical accessories. Should you or should you not? Now, obviously you should use the lights when it is dark. Obviously listen to the music. No point having such a good sound system and not using it. I'm using the seat coolers. I've got the aircon on. The temperature is set to between 23 and 24 degrees because that's when the AC puts the least amount of load on the batteries. Fifth, and the most obvious, don't go flat out on the accelerator. You go full send, your battery is going to go full drain. Going down from Sholapur to Bengaluru meant bypassing all the traffic from Mumbai to Pune, Kolhapur and Belagavi, and that meant smooth sailing and lots of food sampling. This is an idli. Yep, it doesn't look like it, but this is an idli. It's a rava idli, and in Tumkur, this is kind of a specialty in the early evening, 4, 5, which is kind of a break time. They have a rava idli and chai, and we are here at the perfect time, perfect break time. While the car charges, we try out a rava idli, which is very different from a regular idli. Kind of like an upma, a dense upma with lots of greens in it. Very different from a regular idli, but nice. All this South Indian stuff is nice. While I was stuffing my face, we had now covered 3,000 kilometers. Just 800 odd kilometers to go, and we had to get to Kanyakumari by 10 in the morning if we were to hit our target of K2K in 80 hours. I was constantly looking at the kilometers and my watch, knowing full well that even one small setback will seriously put our attempt in jeopardy. Our 16th and final charging stop. We are 160 kilometers from Kanyakumari. Another hour to charge it up to 80%, and we should get to Kanyakumari by around 9 in the morning, which brings us on target to shave off a few hours from our 80-hour target also, maybe 78 or 79 hours for the Kashmir to Kanyakumari run. Apologies for the way I look. I'm quite shattered, but I have to tell you, the Curvv is just running. It's running peacefully as well as it was running in Srinagar. It's running over here. It's showing no sign of distress, no sign of problems. It's been comfortable for us. We've driven, I've slept in it, practically lived in this for the past nearly 3.5 days. It's been extremely impressive. Also, a word on our support cars. 1 Safari, 2 Harriers. That's been carrying all our crew. And we've got a big crew. Let me just take the camera from them, show you our crew. Guys, wave out. So we've had like a whole bunch of guys with us, and that's why obviously we need our support cars. But this, our Tata Curvv, what a mighty little thing. The views approaching Kanyakumari are just spectacular. Rows and rows and rows of windmills stretching as far as the horizon, all generating clean, green energy and showing the path towards sustainable electric mobility. A perfect note to end our K2K EV run. But Would we make it in time to claim a new record? And how much will we shave off our previous time of 95 hours and 45 minutes?
I feel personally so fortunate to adjudicate this event of longest drive expedition using EV vehicle named Tata Curvv from Srinagar to Kanyakumari in 76 hours and 35 minutes. And this is a new record set in India Book of Records. And Evo India is known for setting new record in motorsport. And I wish the team will break new records in future. Congratulations to each and everyone who has been part of this event.
Congratulations. Welcome to Kanyakumari.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
It was a great journey, I guess.
Thank you.
You crossed over 80 hours.
76 hours and 35 minutes.
Oh, great.
And that's done. 76 hours and 35 minutes, a new record for the fastest EV drive from Kashmir to Kanyakumari set with the Tata Curvv EV. We've reached Kanyakumari at 8:35 in the morning at the Sangam. We started at Srinagar at 4 in the morning on the 25th. So a fantastic drive, zero problems, and a new testament to the infrastructure across the country, the capability of the cars, and the ability to road trip in India with an electric vehicle. Congratulations, guys!